to extend GCQ across Metro Manila and downgrade Cebu City from ECQ to MECQ. In a pre-taped public address on Wednesday evening, spokesperson Harry Roque said President Rodrigo Duterte initially agreed to place the capital back to MECQ as recommended by experts from the University of the Philippines. But some members of the IATF appealed, citing the commitment of NCR mayors to strengthen their localized protocols.
Pero malinaw po sa diskusyon na kapag hindi pa rin po napabagal ang pagkalat ng COVID sa Metro Manila, posible pong bumalik sa MECQ pagkatapos po nitong 2 linggo.
Other areas placed under GCQ are Laguna, Cavite, Rizal, Lapu-Lapu, Mandaue, Ormoc, Southern Leyte, Zamboanga City, Butuan City, Agusan del Norte, and Basilan. The remaining parts of the country are now under MGCQ. During the IATF meeting, Higher Education Commission Chair Popoy De Vera admitted that some colleges may close due to lack of enrollees this school year. He proposed to let universities and colleges focus on theories for the first semester and conduct face-to-face activities later on.
Ang problema, wala kaming policy sa pagsara kasi itong COVID hindi pa nangyari sa matagal na panahon, so we're only crafting it.
IATF Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez also recommended the regular inspection of schools.
Una, dapat wala pong playground. Kasi po pagka may playground, magkakaroon po ng tawag na close contact at saka mayroon po tayong tinatawag na possibility na magkaroon ng transmission because of mababiolate po yung social distancing. Secondly, yung mga canteen na mayroon mga parang buffet na normally very vulnerable po tayo.
Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque earlier today said the president has yet to approve these proposals. The president ordered De Vera and Galvez to put all their recommendations in writing. The recorded public address that aired Wednesday evening was noticeably shorter than the previous ones. It lasted for only 28 minutes. It's also apparent that all of the president's statements were edited out. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.
President Rodrigo Duterte will deliver his 5th State of the Nation address on July 27. President Tito Soto confirmed that the address will be delivered at the Batasang Pambansa before a limited audience of 50. 25 attendees will be from the executive branch, including security personnel and some cabinet secretaries. 13 will come from the House of Representatives and 12 from the Senate. And this headcount will also include documentation officers. The SONA says Soto will deviate from the weekly COVID updates of the president. But there is a chance that the president will not be physically present at the Batasan to make the address. This, according to Palace spokesperson Harry Roque. Back in June, the lower house considered holding a virtual SONA for the first time in history.
Well, we'd like to find out the exact state of our nation. Magandang makita natin, makuha natin ang exact figures sa presidente. Hindi bibitaw ang presidente ng mga figures dyan na hindi verified. Hindi katulad ng mga naririnig natin ng mga flatten the curve.
The venue is confirmed, it is Batasan, no? Pero ang alam ko po, hindi pa po 100% sure kung physically mag-a-attend ang presidente or magbo-broadcast po from Malago to Congress.
The Social Welfare Department still has a long way to go before they can completely distribute the government's second tranche of doleouts. So far, they have yet to extend the financial aid to around 14 million beneficiaries. Let's get the latest on this from Ria Fernandez. She's joining us live from the Batasang Pambansa in QC. Ria, how soon can the DSWD reach all of the beneficiaries of the SAP?
Charles, the Social Welfare Department promises congressmen that they will finish distributing the government's financial aid by the end of this month. However, they admit that they might have to extend deadline due to certain challenges. Troubles continue to hound the distribution of the government's social amelioration program. Some beneficiaries have yet to receive the promised aid, just like Jack, a jeepney driver in Bulacan.
Pero po yung inaasahan namin na manggagaling nga po sa DSWD ay para pong hanggang ngayon, tulad po ng sabi ni Kuya Jonathan, nga pa rin po kami.
Speaking to congressmen, the Social Welfare Department promises to completely distribute the second tranche of the government rollout by the end of July. DSWD Undersecretary Danilo Pamonag said other than transferring the money digitally, they're also handing out the aid directly to beneficiaries. To date, the department has disbursed almost 20 billion pesos to more than 3 million poor families, below the 17 million target. But Pamonag warns lawmakers that they might have to extend the deadline to August because of geographical challenges as well as security and health risks.
These are islands, municipalities or barangays, upland areas, which might take more than a day or two to reach. Delivering the subsidy to conflict-affected areas or areas with security threats.
DSWD also bared measures on how they're addressing delays in the distribution of food packs. Speaker Alan Cayetano suggested that the agency to put up local hotlines in regions or provinces instead of just relying on one national hotline.
One, para yung lengguwahe. So pag tumawag sa hotline at Bicol ang salita or Bisaya ang salita or Ilocano, Kapampangan, mas maintindi. Second, mas familiar sila, 'di ba? Kasi taga-ron sila. And third, para mas malaman natin kung may nangloloko o hindi.
Charles, on the side of Anakalusugan Representative Mike Defensor, he recommended the tapping of public utility distributors like Meralco and Maynilad in handing out the SAP aid to beneficiaries. Meanwhile, some local officials are on hot seat here in the House for allegedly being involved in SAP anomalies. Earlier, Deputy Speaker El Rey Villafuerte grilled Iriga Mayor Madeline Alfelor. Charles?
Thanks for that, Ria. Once again, that was Ria Fernandez. Former Senator Bongbong Marcos is eyeing libel charges against Rappler after the news site said that Marcos sought help from controversial data company Cambridge Analytica to rebrand their family image. Marcos, through its spokesman, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, denied having any dealings with Cambridge Analytica and called the Rappler story false and misleading. Rodriguez also said that the former senator was only made aware of the political data firm through reports from controversial activities. He adds that Marcos is consulting with his legal team to look at other possible claims against Rappler. We're going to pause for a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. COVID-19 cases in the country exceed the 60,000 mark, 2 weeks ahead of the University of the Philippines prediction that total infections may surge to at least 60,000. The Health Department recorded almost 2,500 new COVID-19 cases, of which around 1,240 are fresh and 1,250 were reported late. The DOH clarified that 82 duplicates were removed from the total case count, and there are now more than 61,200 total COVID-19 infections in the Philippines. 29 new COVID-19 related deaths were also reported today, bringing the death toll to over 1,640. Total recoveries are now more than 21,000 as the DOH reports, around 460 new recoveries since yesterday. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that Health Secretary Francisco Duque did not get a dressing down after saying that the COVID-19 curve in the country had flattened. Duque admitted to Roque in a phone call that he may have used the wrong term. The presidential spokesperson only advised Duque to use the term bent rather than flattened. Dr. Benjamin Ko from the University of Santo Tomas Hospital criticizes the government's piecemeal response against COVID-19. In an interview with One News's Agenda, Cos said that the government should have conducted contact tracing and mass testing during the enhanced community quarantine. Meanwhile, Cos said that a Singapore-like reset in the Philippines would be difficult for the country's economy.
I mean, we have more people in Metro Manila. We have more people in Quezon City and Manila combined than Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay? So, which means that it's easy to reset a couple of million people. It's easy to reset 5 million people. But if you look at the Philippines as a whole, the only ones that are actually affected are epicenters.
The PNP reiterates that it will only assist in transferring asymptomatic patients to isolation facilities. This as local governments such as the QC-LGU race against time to stop the further spread of the virus. For the latest update, we have Marian Enriquez reporting live from Quezon City. Marian, what do you have for us?
Yes, Charles, the Quezon City government is ramping up its contact tracing efforts by enlisting and training more contact tracers to collect swab tests in every barangay.
Today marks Eliza's second week of working as a contact tracer in Quezon City. She used to work as a medical technologist in a laboratory in Manila. Since grabbing the opportunity presented by the Quezon City LGU, she says her salary has doubled.
Ngayon, mahirap ang buhay, kailangan ng mas malaking sahod, and then kahit na alam ko na delikado.
Eliza is among the 300 medical practitioners enlisted by the local government to complement their pool of tracers. QC Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit Head Dr. Rolly Cruz stressed that aggressive contact tracing is crucial in highly congested places like QC, which has about 3 million residents.
Pag hindi natin kasi ginawa ito, baka matulad na tayo dun sa mga sa ibang city na talagang hindi makontrol ang pagkalat ng COVID sa kanilang siyudad.
At least half of QC's 300-man tracers pool have already undergone training and orientation. The LGU wants to deploy at least a pair of contact tracers to each of its 142 barangays. National Police, meanwhile, reiterated that they will just assist local and health officials in identifying patients who need to be transferred to quarantine facilities. Progressive groups have slammed the proposal for policemen to do house-to-house inspections. But Lieutenant General Guillermo Eleazar says there's nothing to be wary about for those who will cooperate.
Pwedeng itong batas na ito ang maging daan para po siya po ay ating not arestuhin o file ng kaso. Pero tayo nga po ay nakikiusap na hindi naman kailangan pumunta pa tayo sa pagkakataong ito dahil ang kailangan naman natin dito is kooperasyon.
Charles, the Quezon City LGU has said that they have been cooperating with the Philippine National Police since day one. In fact, some of their contact tracers are QC police nurses. Charles?
Thank you. That was Marian Enriquez reporting live from Quezon City. Still on Oplan Kalinga, refusal to be transferred to quarantine sites might be considered a criminal act. Quoting the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, the Interior Department says refusal to be taken to isolation facilities violates RA 11332 or the law on mandatory reporting of notifiable diseases. Violation of the law warrants a fine of as much as 50,000 pesos and or imprisonment of 6 months. Interior Secretary Eduardo Año assured patients that they'll be comfortable at isolation facilities with the government providing their needs. The Human Rights Watch, however, akins the measure to the tactics used in the government's drug war. They accuse police and local officials of severely infringing on the rights of those who have violated curfew and quarantine protocols. The group also says authorities are only encouraging further violations by urging residents to report neighbors suspected of having COVID-19. And the 9th petition against the newly enacted anti-terror law has been filed before the Supreme Court. Various labor groups have filed a petition for certiorari and prohibition, calling on the High Court to issue a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction, stopping the implementation of the ATL. They say these unconstitutional provisions will have a chilling effect on the rights of workers. Even some lawmakers from the U.S., through a letter sent to the Philippine Embassy, want the controversial law to be repealed. But Malacanang says they should stop intervening.
Pero wag na po kayo maghimasok. Hindi na po namin kayo colonial masters. Independyenteng bansa na po kami.
For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.